Howdy. Welcome back. Today we'll be looking at how do you prepare for the quizzes in this course. So, real important question, so I'm glad you asked. How do you prepare for the quizzes? Alright, so go to the online textbook. Actually, go to the units. Always go to the units. Online textbook is there for quick reference, but the units is where the quiz is located. So let's go to the units. Open up week 1 and 2, October 29th to November 10th. Before I go, I touched on this in the syllabus. Let me get into this a little bit further. You have to earn, for Unit 7 to open up, you have to earn 60% of the grade within this unit. That is, between the quiz and the essay exam, you have to earn a 60% or higher, which is entirely possible. You just have to make sure you take my advisement. And do listen to me. I'm the one who organized this course, and I'm the one who is presenting the content to you. So it's probably a good idea to listen religiously to what I'm telling you in order to succeed in this course. There will probably be, if you do listen, there will definitely be a correlation between you succeeding and not. 60% of this, getting a 60% is entirely possible if you just stick with the reading schedule and take detailed notes and organize them efficiently, as advised before. Alright, so don't worry about Unit 7 not opening up if you're just doing what you're supposed to do anyway. The only reason why anyone would ever be worried about that is if they didn't do any of the reading and didn't take notes on anything, or if they did the reading, they took very few notes, or some sort of combination of that. Right? Alright, so enough of the lecture. Let's look at what's going on here within the unit. Alright, so each unit will have a list of the readings. For this unit, we have Chapter 13, Chapter 14, Chapter 15, Chapter 16. So 4 chapters. Hence, this is why you're given 2 weeks to complete this within a 6-week course. 2 weeks. You want to have a schedule, and you want to begin this work as quickly as possible. Trying to get all through this material at once will, you can try it, but it'll be impossible to retain it, and it'll be impossible to take notes on it. Again, I'm not expecting you to memorize it, but you do need a degree of familiarity with it. If you don't, you're going to have problems succeeding in this course. Alright, so here we go. Click Chapter 13, everybody. Together. Click. Take a pick. If you have kids and watch Diego, you know what that means. Okay, so Chapter 13 is going to open on up. Within each chapter, they're organized the same way. There is a lecture from me. There are lessons to go through. Lessons are basically a textbook, and I'll go through that in just a second here. There is an article, right? There won't always be an article for each chapter, but usually there'll be 1, maybe 2 articles per chapter. And then down below, very, very important, the study guides. The study guides are there to make sure you succeed on the quizzes and on the exams. What I suggest you do, and a lot of students choose to ignore me for some reason when it comes to this. I'm not sure why. I'm assuming everybody is in college to succeed. So when your instructor advises you on how to succeed in their course, listen to them, right? So please listen to this part. You will succeed if you do this. I don't guarantee it, because anything is possible, I suppose. But it is more than likely that you will succeed if you listen to what I'm about to say. Take a pen and take a piece of paper. Hand write the objectives out and put space in between them. So define the major problems facing the nation and the South at the war's conclusion. Hand write that out. Don't simply just read it and then take notes on it. Or copy and paste it, or whatever the case may be. Hand write it out. That way, you will have a cognitive relationship between body and mind, right? And when you go to write the information down, when you read the material, and you find information, you come across information that helps you respond to that objective, you simply write it down, right? Whether it's a date, a person, an event, some sort of significance, right? Write it down. And it might not be in order, right? And you might go in somewhere in lesson 39 and find some information that helps you respond to this objective. And then in lesson 40, you might also find some information that helps you respond to that objective, right? Handwrite the rest of them out. Also, handwrite the identifications out. Physically handwrite it out. At the most, handwriting these 4 objectives and handwriting these identifications will take you maybe 3 minutes. Maybe. Right? Handwrite them out. It might take you as much as 4 minutes if you really take your time. Right? 4 measly minutes in your existence here on the planet Earth. And it will pay off, right? You will have an awareness of when you're reading what's coming up a lot more so if you just simply glance at it or copy and paste it. Handwrite it out. Right? It's a lost art we've kind of forgotten in society because of this wonderful technology that we have available now. But in doing so, many of us are struggling with things that we necessarily don't have to struggle with, right? You don't have to take this class more than once. You just have to take it once. And if you listen to my advisements, yay-hoo! You will only have to take it once and you will succeed. You'll never have to take this class again, and you will move on to bigger and better things in your life, right? You don't need me to tell you that there are bigger and better things, although this information is incredibly important in this course, as you will find out, right? Handwrite all this stuff down. And then when you come across information within the lessons, you will be able to respond to it. So let me go open up a lesson here, lesson 39. This is how all the lessons will look. They open up. By the way, if you click something and it doesn't open up, like, wow, what's going on here? Okay, here it goes. It's still loading. There we go. It's sometimes things don't open up, and you might want to try a different browser. So I'm using Chrome right now, and I can kind of tell just by the way it opened up a little bit, it's having a little bit of trouble. Let's say nothing opened up. Try Mozilla, try Internet Explorer, try Safari, right? Try other browsers. Sometimes there's little glitches within the browser, and it just doesn't open up. If you have technical problems that you just can't figure out, don't call me. I can help you with organization, how the class is organized, and when things are due and all of that kind of stuff, and content information. I can help you with all of that. But if you have technical problems, I have no idea what's wrong with your computer. I have none. Zero. Right? I don't understand computer. I understand computers probably just as much as you do. The people who do understand computers and understand the software behind Blackboard to a larger extent are the people at Distance Education here on campus. And their phone number is 872-2598. So call them if you ever have problems. Right? 872-2598. Click Start Lesson. And what I advise you to do is you'll notice up here you've got a tab here, and you've got a tab here, and a tab here, and a tab here, and a tab here. One's presentation, and one's text. Go to text at first, and it's a little obscure, but it's right there, printable version. Click printable version, and a pop-up should happen. If your pop-ups, you might need to disable your pop-up, so be aware of that. And click print, and print this out, right? Then you'll have the whole text in front of you for this section of the lesson. There are, let's see, 1, 2, 3 sections and a timeline for this, right? You can just navigate through this if you want, but basically if you want the text all at once, you can just go to print and read it from there. Take notes using your objectives and your study guide, and then go to the presentation after. Now you're going to be familiar with it. There's some information in the text that's not in the text. that's not in the presentation, and there's some information in the text that's not in the presentation, vice versa, right? Okay, so click play.
The last shot of the Civil War had been fired.
Right? Listen and view. Take notes accordingly as well with your study guides. Then, once you're done with that, you go to the black codes, click there, and go through the same process. Text, and then presentation, congressional reconstruction, text, and presentation, and you go from there. Once you're done with that lesson, then go to lesson 40, click that, and go through the same process as you did with lesson 39. They work always the same way. Articles. So click the article. By the way, yours won't open up like this. Mine opens up like this because I'm an edit version of Google Docs. And if you're not familiar with Google Docs, you want to get familiar with it. It's a pretty cool resource. I might talk more about that later in the semester. Read this article and just take notes as you're reading it using your study guides. And they will be helpful. All right. When you're ready to take the quiz, just go back to the units. And by the way, if you're ever like, okay, where is everything? Just go up to this little thing right here, History 1302, VF3, open it up, and away you go, right? It'll take you back to the home page. All right, so go back to units. That's where we were. We're in Unit 6. Open it up. Here's the reading material. We were just in Chapter 13, so keep in mind there's Chapter 14, there's Chapter 15, there's Chapter 16. Click Quiz. And then click Begin. And away you go. Yahoo! You're ready for the quiz, right? And answer the questions accordingly. Make sure you save your answers. If you don't save your answers, you'll have trouble with it, right? It won't record your score. So go through the whole thing. There's usually anywhere from 20 to 30 questions. For this one, there'll be 30 questions, and you'll have 30 minutes to complete it. You get 5 attempts at these quizzes. Now, it comes from a test bank, so listen to that very carefully. It comes from a test bank, so you might not necessarily get the same questions. You probably will, but you might get some new questions as well. It'll be automatically, the quizzes will automatically be graded, not the exams. I have to physically grade those. But the quizzes automatically will be graded, and your highest score will be recorded. So keep that in mind. Your highest score will be recorded. So take advantage of that. If you don't get a score you like on the first attempt, take it again, up to 5 times. So that's more or less how you prepare for it. Articles and lessons. Always the quizzes deal with the articles and lessons. The lectures pertain to the essay questions. The articles and lessons will also help you answer the identifications that will be in the exams. And I'll explain more about that when we get to the exam part. Anyway, that's it for how to succeed on a quiz. Thank you for playing. Thank you for hanging out with me virtually. I'll see you again once you click the next link, which is how to succeed in an essay exam. Away we go.